Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing book recommendations. So these are my favourite series, standalone books, just general favourite books. That's what this video is going to be. So to start off with, I'm going to recommend the popular Fall series by Amber Kelly. This series is what got me into reading. I love the series. It kind of reminds me of Chestnut Spring series, and yeah, I love this series. So the first one is Rustic Arts, and this is about Sophie and Braxton. Yeah, Sophie and Braxton. So Sophie ends up coming back into town because her grandmother died, and so basically when she was younger, her mother took her away because stuff happened between the mother and the father, and obviously Sophie doesn't get on with her father, and she ends up meeting Braxton, her father's wife's oh my god, sister's son. So yeah, finally got there. But yeah, so as you can see, these are quite small as well, so this took me no time to get through, and the writing is pretty big. So yeah, I love this series. It's a small town romance, cowboy romance, and yeah, and then all the other ones follow different characters in the small town. So this is Sophie's old best friend, so Dallas, and Maya. So Maya is one of the ranch hands in, I swear he works for Braxton on the ranch in this book. So yeah, they all connect some way. And then one of these is Braxton's sister, and then one of them is Sophie's friend Charlotte from New York with Dallas's brother. Forgot his name. But yeah, like I said, this is like Chestnut Springs, and I always try to recommend the series because, like I said, it brought me into reading. So yeah, it's got a special place in my heart, this series has. And so yeah, there's this. Obviously I've got to recommend ACOTAR. This series got me into fantasy. So actually it didn't necessarily get me into fantasy. Blood and Ash got me into fantasy, that series there, but I ain't finished it, so I didn't want to recommend it. But yeah, I feel like this is easier to get into than from Blood and Ash. This is about Feyre. She goes into the woods one night. Actually, she goes into the woods to hunt for food for her family, and instead of killing a wolf, she kills a fae, and it goes from there. And yeah, I really liked this series, and obviously this one is my favorite, like most people's. But yeah, if you want to get into fantasy, I would recommend this series. Okay, so if you don't want to go through all of that, 5 books, I would recommend Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson duo. This obviously is a fantasy. So this is about Cassie and Jace. So Cassie she's a Rattan, and she's the Queen's premier guard. Yeah, Jace is an outlaw family. I feel like this would be good for people who are starting with fantasy because there's not much you gotta remember with world building or laws that go on in the books. It's just very straightforward, and also it's only 2 books, and like the writing is easy to get through. So yeah, if you want to start fantasy, I would recommend these books. Okay, I've got to recommend these books because these are always going to stay in my heart. These are so sad. So if you want to, I reckon if you want to dabble in, oh god, more steamy books and emotional books and sort of that stuff, I would recommend this book. I would also check trigger warnings. Yeah, these broke my heart, so tread carefully. But yeah, I love the writing in this, and I love the characters. Oh my god, just thinking about it, I just want to cry. Yeah, so I'm gonna start talking about these before I start crying. So yeah, read these. And then, okay, I love the Twisted series, but I don't like every single book in there. They're about like 4 to 5 stars. so it's not one of my favourite series, that's why it's not on here. But I would recommend it in the sense that it's a good series to dabble in and to get started with romance. But I wanted to do a special recommendation for Twisted Games because this is about Bridget and Reese Larson, and the concept of this book, so it's a bodyguard and princess romance, and I've tried everywhere to find some other book like this, and they haven't hit me as much as this as. So yeah, if you like princess and bodyguard romance, read this. Reese Larson is literally my man. He was like my first boyfriend. Probably not actually, but still he's one of my boyfriends. But yeah, if you want to get into bodyguard princess romance, please read this. Thank you. Okay, so if you want to get into dark romance, I would recommend the Cat and Mouse series. Oh, it's the wrong way. Cat and Mouse series. This is very dark, and obviously this is a stalker romance, but it just keeps you, like, it grabs your attention and it grips it and you can't let go. So yeah, I would check trigger warnings for this. I know it's not for everyone, just read it I guess if you want to, but like I said, check trigger warnings. And then All You'll Ever Be by Willow Winters. This is 4 books series. It's a collection, but you can get them individually. I would actually recommend this if you want to start dark romance. I recommend this, not Cat and Mouse series, because that is dark and severe. But if you are already in the dark romance era, then read that. But if you want to start off with dark romance, I recommend All You'll Ever Be by Willow Winters. This is Beauty and the Beast retelling, not really, kind of, and this is about Arya and Carter. So Carter kidnaps Arya, and because of her dad, all that stuff. Let's just read the back, because this is, I read this twice now and I'm gonna read it again at some point because I keep on looking at it. I'm like, I really want to read this. But yeah, let's read the back. So it says, I get why Beauty fell in love with the Beast, but it doesn't change who Carter is. There's no magic rose or kiss that will turn him into a prince. All Carter Cross will ever be is a beast. A cold-hearted, ruthless mafia king trapped in a castle of his own making. On the daughter of his enemy and his new possession, a mafia bargain for war. I thought that's all I was to him, but I was never prepared for the next page of our story. And then there's other ones in the series, and it follows the Carter brothers. So yeah, the twists and turns in this book, I didn't expect certain things to happen in this book. I think it's the end of the second book or the third book, something happens and it still sticks into my head to this day. But yeah, love this book. And like I said, if you want to start in dark romance, check this out. And obviously I'm gonna recommend this series for thing. And yeah, it's like my favorite fantasy book ever. So this is about Violet and Xavier. So Violet is in the scribe and she also has illness with her leg. So Violet is 20, she's meant to enter the scribe quadrant, but her mother makes her go into the riders quadrant. And yeah, this is like Divergent and Hunger Games put into one and becomes this. But yeah, love the characters. I just love this book. Okay, I think about it all the time, every single day. Go read this, please. I also recommend Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I've read the second book, but it's not my favourite, so I really liked this book. Really liked Naomi's and Knox. Really liked their story, and I also like the fact that it's a romance, obviously. There's also a side plot, and that's really cool to see in a book, especially a romance book. Things We Never Got Over. Powerless. I can't wait for the second book to come out. This is about Hayden, I think her name is, and Kai. Is it Kai? Or that's the brother? Yeah, Kai. Yeah, so this is about the elites and the originals. So elite as powers, originals don't, and the, oh my god, elites are trying to get rid of the originals. And so Peyton Grey, an original, posed as a sidekick to blend in with the elites. And then yeah, she ends up saving one of the Belize princes, I think that's how you say, Kai Azza, and she's thrown into the Persian Trials. So the Persian Trials is a competition to showcase the elite's powers, and obviously while she's doing all that, she's falling in love with the prince. So yeah, the ending got me in this, and it was a pretty easy to read, and yeah, really enjoyed this book. And like I said, I can't wait for the second book to come out. Great and Precious Things by Rebecca Yarros. So this is about Camden Daniels and what's the name? Yeah, Willow Bradley. And Camden just came back from war without his brother, and he ends up having a message from his father who's got Alzheimer's, and he goes back to his hometown where the people in the small town don't like him because he got up to a lot of mystery when he was younger. And yeah, this deals with a lot of grief and emotions. I really like this book. I didn't expect to feel so many emotions with this book. I just like how Camden showed his feelings, because in this world we don't really see men show their feelings, and also with romance books you follow the female characters more than male characters, but with this it's Camden's story, and yeah, you follow his journey to recovery and his grief of losing his brother. So yeah, really enjoyed this book. So if you want an emotional sad book, read this. And then I've got Say Swear by Megan Brandy. This is literally my favourite romance book ever. I don't know if anything can top this book. The writing was easy. I love Ariana and Noah's romance, and definitely a lot of twists and turns in this book, and yeah, kind of sad. Definitely want to reread this book. So yeah, I think if you want to start off with sad romance books or generally sports romance, read this. I really enjoyed this book. And I've got Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I still love this book to this day, and it did make me cry. So this is about Tate Collins and Miles Archer, and Miles is a pilot. I swear he's a pilot. I might get mixed up with another book. Anyways, I'm just going to read the back. So it says, it's not exactly love at first sight for Tate Collins when she meets the tormented and secretive Miles Archer. They wouldn't even go so far as to consider themselves friends. The only thing Tate and Miles have in common is a mutual physical attraction that can't be denied. Once their desires are out in the open, they realise they might have stumbled on perfect no-strings arrangement. He isn't looking for love, and she doesn't have time for it, so that leaves just the sex. What they got could be surprisingly satisfying, as long as Tate can stick to the two rules Miles has for her. Never ask about the past, don't expect the future. They think they can handle it, but everything is different when real emotions start to change the equation. I recommend this book. I just think it was just a good emotional book. So if you want to get emotional, there you go. I just literally recommended 3 books to get emotional too. On to the last book that I recommend is Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is literally the only Hazelwood book I've read, but I've got all the other ones on my physical TBR. Anyways, this book is probably the book that got me into rom-com romance, which I've kind of let loose a little bit now. Not really my thing anymore, but I would still recommend this book if you want to dabble in rom-com romance. So this is a fake romance between Olive and Adam. So Adam is a professor. So Olive is a PhD candidate, and Adam Carson is a young art shop professor. So yeah, fake romance. And yeah, I always recommend this book to people who wants to start in the romance drama. So yeah, and yeah, it's just an easy read, cute, sweet romance. So they are all the books that I recommend to you guys, whether you want to dabble in romance, dark romance, rom-com romance, fantasy. That all the books, and obviously some of them are my top books that I love dearly. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you got any book videos that you would like to see from me, comment down below, because I don't know what to upload anymore. Like, I've got some ideas, but yeah, I would like to upload some stuff that you guys would like to see as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye guys.